Vampires, creatures of folklore that feed on the life forces of the living, and absolutely anti-fans of garlic. Unlike me, who loves garlic. That's why today I am making a garlic soup so strong that it could take out an entire coven of vampires. On today's episode of Jenny Can't Make. Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Jenny and I try to make fun food dishes relating to really anything that I like. Please hit the like button if you're into stuff like this. Leave a comment or subscribe. Thank you so much. You're beautiful. I appreciate you. And in this video, I'm going to show you how to make what I like to lovingly call anti-vampire soup. And you'll see why in a moment. But to start this delicious soup that bites back, and I mean that, this soup is not for the faint of heart, and especially not for vampires. So to start this recipe, the first thing we are going to need is 2 tablespoons of olive oil, 2 tablespoons of unsalted butter, 1 can of coconut milk, 4 cups of vegetable broth, 2 medium or 1 large onion, some lemon slices and another for juice, 1 teaspoon of ground ginger, a half a teaspoon of allspice, a half a teaspoon of cayenne pepper, a half a teaspoon of ancho chili powder, and 1.5 teaspoons of fresh thyme. And lastly, "54 cloves of garlic." Look at it all. This one has a little hair. They kind of look like little minions from Among Us, don't they? First, we're going to preheat our oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. We are going to take all the garlic and split them in half. 27 we're going to peel and set aside, but the other 27 you're going to leave unpeeled. Put them in a baking dish and drizzle them with 2 tablespoons of olive oil and a pinch of salt. Cover the baking dish with foil and bake for about 45 minutes or until the garlic cloves are golden brown. While the garlic is cooling, melt 2 tablespoons of butter in a large saucepan over medium-high heat. Then add onions, the thyme, powdered sugar, allspice, ancho chili powder, and cayenne pepper, and cook approximately 5 to 10 minutes or until the onions are translucent. After you've cooked the onions, add in the raw garlic and the roasted garlic, and then we'll cook it for another 5 minutes. After that, add the vegetable broth, bring to a boil, and reduce to simmer for 20 minutes. Alright, while the soup is simmering, let's share some folklore about vampires and their clear disdain for this pungent herb. It is a common belief that garlic repels vampires, but did you know that some of that belief is grounded in fact? Garlic is known for its distinct, slightly sweet, slightly sulfury smell and taste. This is specifically from the chemical compound called allicin, found inside the garlic. In certain Slavic folklore, vampires do not like anything with a super strong smell and tend to avoid areas where strong odors are present, even if those smells aren't particularly strong to us humans. With garlic's strong aroma, it is easy to see why some believe that this herb can clear out the sinuses of a vampire, making their super schnozzes useless for detecting the blood of humans. This theory was heavily popularized with the release of Bram Stoker's Dracula in 1897, even though the myth existed before the book's publication. There is some evidence that suggests that people who consume garlic and onions are less likely to be bitten by real bloodsuckers like mosquitoes and ticks. Ooh, itchy. Another neat thing about allicin is that it's a powerful antibiotic and has been used for centuries for its medicinal purposes, particularly ailments related to the heart and cardiovascular system. Those are your blood tubes. Some European folklore suggests that vampires were created by a disease that infects the blood of a human, much like rabies infects the nervous systems of humans. Consuming the medical bulb would kill the infection and cure the vampire of their disease. Coincidentally, rabies victims are also known to have certain vampiric symptoms, such as sensitivity to light, avoidance of certain smells, and also suffer from sleeplessness. Speaking of blood disorders, there is one that might be an origin for this myth. Porphyria, which is caused by a buildup of chemicals that affect red blood cells, cause those who suffer from it to look pale and even make their teeth look bigger because their gums shrink. Garlic actually made these symptoms worse, so sufferers would often avoid eating them. Makes sense. However, all these reasons would just add and fuel the rumor mill of vampirism in early Europe. Garlic is also known as a protectant against evil in certain religions. In ancient Egypt, priests would use garlic for purification during a ritual or a ceremony. In ancient Greece, garlic necklaces were worn not only to ward off evil spirits, but to also ward off the evil looks of the neighbors. And in Christian-based religions, garlic was seen as a symbol of courage, strength, and protection. Many church officials believed it warded off demons, making it a central component in exorcisms. However you want to look at it, one thing is for sure. Garlic is potent, both in smell, taste, and its ability to ward off certain bloodsuckers. Now back to the soup. Once everything has done simmering, you're going to blend the soup with either an immersion blender or, working in batches, with a freestanding one. Blend the soup until completely smooth and return to the pan if needed. Add the coconut milk and stir to combine. Then add salt and pepper to taste. Pour the soup into bowls and squeeze fresh lime juice into each bowl based on personal preference. I squeeze a little bit more because I like lemons. Serve with a lemon wedge and pinch of fresh thyme on the top, and you are done with your anti-vampire soup. One thing to note is that cooking garlic does diminish its medicinal properties. So if this is something you would like to boost, you can try adding chopped raw garlic at the very end. I mean, why not, right? You already proved you like garlic by making the recipe. And as a fellow garlic fangirl, the punch that garlic brings is incomparable to anything else, and this soup certainly brings it. It's creamy, citrusy, zingy, and uniquely delicious. And I have no problem admitting I ate the entire bowl in one evening. So if you want to ward off vampires or just indulge yourself in some golden garlic goodness, this is a soup you should definitely try. Thank you so much for watching the video. I hope you found it interesting and salivating, and give the video a like. Please stab the subscribe button with a wooden cross or leave a comment, and I will see you next time. Bye.